来参加今天的这场特别的演讲。那我想，我们大家都知道，房子这个照理来讲，食衣住医疗教育本来就是一个人活下来该有的一些基本条件。但是很不幸的是，房子这件事情被炒作，变成是一个盈利的东西，所以变成很多年轻人得面临到薪资也没有很高，甚至被压低，然后但是房价却很高的这个情况。那所以如何用创新的态度、创新的方法，走出一条新的出路？而这个新的出路不只解决住的问题，还同时把环境的问题，还有社会的问题一起解决。那这个就是我们今天所要跟各位介绍的主题 ，co-housing， 住宅合作社。那也就是说，简单来讲，在我们现在的世界的运作里面，它是把所有东西都丢到市场，什么东西都是变成可以贩卖，透过市场来操作。但是这个过程中产生很大的问题，而忽略掉作为人所一个该有的基本的居住的权利。那 co-housing 是走另外一条路，是透过人跟人互助合作来解决住宅的问题。所以，我们今天很高兴邀请到 Celia， 她是从英国来的。那他们呢？她其实蛮年轻的，她大学毕业5、6年，然后她大学念的是这个永续发展系，英国有这种系很特别。然后呢，他之后他就一直在投入这个 co-housing 的这个计划里面，他同时也很活跃在我们永续设计的这个社群里面。所以我想，我们今天就来邀请Celia 来跟我们介绍一下她的经验。
Yeah, thank you very much for having me here today. It's my pleasure to talk about this project and my home, where I've lived for 5 years.
很高兴大家来听今天的这个演讲啊。那我待会要介绍主题就是这个住宅合作社的一个案例。那我自己在这里也已经居住了5年了。
Like you were just saying, housing is a burning issue in the UK as well, and so for me personally, this project has been really transformational in opening up my options for housing.
那就像我们刚刚谈到的，这个住宅问题已经是一个几乎是全球，特别像英国，已经是一个几乎会掐死人的一个议题了。那所以然而这个 co-housing 这个住宅合作社，它对我来讲是打开了一个全新的视野，也提供我一个新的选择。
So just to give a small introduction into what Lilac is, it's a housing cooperative designed around co-housing design principles. It was built in 2013.
那我先给大家一个基本的一个概念哦，这个计划LILAC 这个计划呢，它最早是从2013年就开始启动的。那他们是以住宅合作社为一个运作的原则开始。
Yeah, so I think you were just saying the 3 main aspects of LILAC is an acronym which stands for Low Impact Living, Affordable, and Community.
这个 LILAC 它是由3个概念的整合。第一个是一个低冲击或者低碳的一种生活模式。第二个呢是一种付得起的是可以在你的经济的能力里面付得起的模式。第3个是一种人跟人合作的社区生活。
Thank you. So we were really motivated to address these multifaceted challenges of housing in the UK. We didn't want to just isolate ourselves to fix one problem. We wanted to address the issue of unsustainable housing, so very wasteful of energy. We wanted to address the lack of affordable housing, particularly for low and average wage earners. And we also wanted to address the issue of increased isolation in society.
他们做这件事情呢，其实并不只想一次解决一个问题，他们是希望它是多功能的，一次就把社会上的这个社群的问题、经济的问题，还有环境的问题，统统一起解决。他们希望提供一种低耗能的一种舒适的一种生活环境，同时呢，他们针对在英国这种中低收入的人， 能够提供一个比较好的一个能够有一个居住的权利，那以及希望人们不是把门关起来，左邻不认识右舍这样子一个很孤立的生活方式，而是人跟人充分连结的这种社群的生活方式。
So just to point out the location, Lilac is based in the city of Leeds, which is in the centre of the UK.
那这个计划的位置就刚好在英国的正中央它在 Leeds 这个城市这里。
And so Leeds itself, this is the city centre in the bottom right-hand corner, and Lilac is about 3 miles out from the city centre.
那他们在选这个点的时候，也必须要考虑到生活的方便性，所以它这个合作社离市中心大概是3英里的距离。好，那个市中心就刚刚在右下角那个地方。
One of the great reasons we chose this location was that it provided a lot of sustainable transport options. So there are multiple bus routes that run into the city centre. There are some local train stations nearby, and there's also a canal which provides a cycle route directly into the city centre.
那为什么选这里？另外一个很重要的原因是，它在交通上可以提供很方便的低碳的交通模式。举例来讲，他们附近就有好几条很重要的公车路线。那此外呢，它就在一条运河的旁边，那条运河的旁边刚好就是一个自行车道，所以他们希望住在这边的人尽量靠公共运输或骑脚踏车来解决他们上下班的问题。
So this is an image of the canal. My commute every day is along here.
他每天上下班这个交通就是从这个运河旁边的这个独立分开的自行车道来走。
So, although Lilac was built in 2013, it actually took 7 years before that for the idea to become reality.
尽管我们刚刚讲2013年开始起建，但是整个构想、整个酝酿以及集结呢，大概是从2006年就开始了。
I always feel bad to summarize those 7 years just on one slide because it was a lot of hard work for a lot of people.
尽管我只用一张投影片来说明这7年，但是你可以想见，这7年其实是许多人他们共同努力，然后经历很多讨论，然后经历很多那个困难克服，那最后才达到2013年他们可以盖。
So, and you can see that for the first 3 years, really all we did was discuss what our vision would be, and it took that many conversations to all be able to agree on a vision.
那所以你可以看到前3年几乎他们都一直在讨论，在凝聚共识，凝聚他们的愿景。
And then from sort of 2009 onwards, which is when we registered as a society, that's when we moved into the phase of developing the actual site and employing professionals and growing the community.
然后一直到2009年，他们开始正式登记成为一个责任有限合资企业。那这等于是一个法人。所以当他们有一个正式的法人之后呢，他们就开始可以聘用一些职业人士然后引用一些资源等等。所以真正的启动是从2009年开始。
So how did we do it? Some of the key inputs were 6 years of hard work and determination from ourselves, from the members. We were helped by developing a very clear business plan and the vision that I mentioned. HCA stands for Homes and Communities Agency, which is a sort of branch, a governmental organisation who supported us a great deal. The professional team was vital, and these are some of the organisations who helped us, including architects and our designers, project managers. And of course, we had each other's support.
OK， 他们怎么做到的？主要有5大要素。第一大要素整整花了6年的努力时间来决策来讨论，来厘清这些大家的想法。那第二个呢？第二个很重要的要素是他们有一个很清楚的一个财务的一个规划，还有愿景，也就是经济运作模式一定要进来。 好，那第3个是有在地的住房与住宅部门的政府部门的一个支持，然后第4个是有会有那个专家的团队进来协助。比方说右手边你可以看到有一些公司或者有一些组织、有一些团体来提供他们在这过程中所需要的一些专业支持。那更重要就是他们彼此之间互相的支持。
So here is the site when we were looking at it. So this whole square used to have a primary school on it. It was government land, and they demolished the school and built a different one further up the road.
OK， 那他们整个住宅合作社就是在现在你看到那个方框里面，那个方框本来是一个小学，那后来呢，政府把那个小学给拆了之后，在另外一个地方干一个更大的，所以这个它就留了一块公有地出来。
The development in the top right corner is still owned by the council. It's a sheltered housing for people with learning difficulties. So that left this L-shaped piece of land. And part of the reason Lilac was able to buy this was because it was undesirable to normal developers, because there's a sewerage pipe that runs through the site there, and you can't build on top of it. So they couldn't get the density of housing they would need to make enough profit.
OK， 那这块整块都是公有的地哈，右上角那一块还是属于政府的，它是给一些学习障碍的人在那里有一个类似像学习中心这样子。那为什么这块地政府没有把它卖给一些开发商来开发呢？主要是因为那一块地的那个左上角底下有一个那个卫生下水道，大的管线通过，那所以呢，对开发商来看，它无利可图，因为它必须要开发有一定的足够的面积，它的那个建蔽率要够大，它才能够有钱赚。但是那个地方是不能开发，所以呢，建商也没有兴趣。
So at this point we brought in our architects and they drew up this design for us. So you can see some of the classic features of co-housing design here. The 5 buildings around the edge, which all face inwards, are the private properties, so there are 20 properties altogether, ranging from 1 and 2 bedroom flats and 3 and 4 bedroom houses.
好，后来呢，当他们取得这块土地之后，他们就邀请建筑师来画图。那你在这里可以看到住宅合作社几个共同的特征，比方说他们现在是有5栋是给私人，就是他们的成员来住的。那有几个共同的特征，就是他们房子都共同面向一个中心，好，然后呢，一个 one of 哦呀，OK， 那总共有20户住在这里面，好，那有些是那个2个床的比较小间的，然后有些是2房的，有些是1房的，有些3房的，比较大。
So each of the private properties has a small garden or a balcony, so that's their private outdoor space. But the rest of the space, all of this, and all the central areas are all shared.
那每一个独立的这个住户都会有一个属于自己的一个小庭院空间，或者有自己的一个阳台或走廊。那除了属于个人的部分，他们还有一大块是属于公共的部分。
Some of the other classic features of co-housing is to have a shared common house, which we have here. So nobody lives in this property, but it's a resource that we can use and our wider neighborhood can also use.
那另外一个住宅合作社有一个很典型的一个特征呢，就是他们有一个是属于公共的一个空间，在这公共空间里面没有人住在里面，但是呢，他们会发挥一些社区的功能。即便是没有住在这里面的人呢，也可以邻居他们也可以来共同享用这个公共的空间的相关设施。
And the final feature to point out is that all of this area is pedestrianised. So the cars are limited to 1 car park here and another car park there. And we actually only have 10 car parking spaces, even though we have 20 properties. So those sustainable transport options were really critical in convincing the planners that this would be enough car parking spaces for us.
OK， 所以 不像一般我们盖的房子都希望一户一个车位，在这里呢，他们即便他们有20户，但是他们只放10个停车位，而且都把它分散在旁边，目的呢就是要大家共同来过一个低碳的生活，鼓励大家用共乘啊或骑脚踏车这样子。那当然这个观念呢，我们在跟建筑师沟通的时候也花了很大的功夫。
So this is another perspective on lilac, and I like to show this diagram because one of our members actually made this in order to help us design where to plant the new trees for the site.
OK， 那这个图我现在秀给大家看，这个其实是我们一个成员所画的。为什么画这个图呢？其实是要帮大家一起讨论哪个地方可以种什么植物。
And we also use it to demonstrate how lilac uses different design principles on the site. So I've mentioned most of these already, but I suppose as well, we've also thought about the orientation of the whole site in order to maximize sunlight in the right places.
各位要了解哈，在英国是比较是暖温带的气候，所以它冬天是蛮冷，所以那个房子的坐向的设计。确保每间房子在冬天的时候都能够有足够的阳光是很重要，所以各位有没有看到那个阴影？他们必须要确保每间房子它的坐向摆法，在冬天的时候是可以有足够的日照。
Okay. And this is what the site looks like now. Now Google has updated itself.
好，这个是那个更新版的哈，他们盖好之后。
And it gives you a little bit more of a sense of how the spaces look, and so you can see up in the top left corner the rows of the allotments, the small growing gardens that we have, and this in the very top left is a small pocket park. So this is a public space that we made available to the local community.
OK， 那他们这个再给大家看一下配置哈，你可以看到最左上角，他们把它变成一个小小的口袋公园。他们不会说这个基地是我买下来之后就完全我用，他们是开放一些是跟邻居共享的，大家都可以共用的公园。然后呢，再下来一个就是他们社区的菜园，用来种他们自己社区的食物。
And so this is an image of what the site looked like when it was empty.
这是一开始的时候。
And afterwards.
那这个是那个建设后的样子。
So, to go into the 3 aspects of lilac a little bit more, we'll start with low impact living. And the basic principle that we were thinking about was that if you design good infrastructure, like low impact infrastructure, then that will support sustainable behavior.
那当他们在思考如何设计的时候，我刚刚有讲到3个层面，还记得吧？就在低碳的这种环境，还有那个付得起的经济啊，还有社区生活。那他们思考的是这整个如何要达到低碳的设计，所以在一开始在基础设施的设计上面，就必须设计到人的生活很自然的就会过一个比较低碳的一种方式。
So I'll talk a little bit more about all of these features, starting with the material and the design. So we used a sort of fabric-first approach, which is similar to Passive House. So in Passive House standard would be completely off-grid, and I think that's Code for Sustainable Homes 6.
Yeah.
So Lilac is between Code for Sustainable Homes 4 and 5.
OK， 那在就先从这房子的设计开始了嘛。那英国是冬天是蛮冷的，所以他们在设计上面，他们很强调这种绝热隔热的这种设计，所以在英国有把那个房屋的隔热的设计把它分等级，就这有点像你穿这种衣服跟穿到那个羽绒衣，羽绒衣隔热效果很好嘛，那这种隔热效果很差。如果1到6级的话，他们差不多在4级跟5级之间。
Thank you. So we invested in the choice of building materials as a priority, and so we decided to use straw bales. It's a really good material in the UK, it's very cheap. This was grown locally on a farm near Leeds, and we were actually able to use the barn in the farm as a flying factory, a temporary factory, in order to build the panels.
OK， 那好，那如何做隔热材质呢？其实我们在市面上可以常买到很多隔热材质，但那隔热材质常是有毒的、化学的。那他们使用的是在地很容易就获得的这种稻草啊，而这种稻草的好处是，它的工厂是随意那个。只要有一个空间就可以加压形成这样的草砖，作为一个很好的在地获得的这种隔热材质，作为建筑的材料。
So the building method that we used is a proprietary design called mod cell, where these wooden panels are prefabricated off-site and then craned into position.
他们这有点像预铸的概念哦，就先把那些材料。那个隔热的材料，还有它的模板都做好之后，然后再移到现场来组装。
The members were actually able to help construct these panels. Mostly, we didn't construct the project at all, but we were able to go and volunteer.
好，那因为这里面呢，需要人力蛮多的，而且它技术性其实没有那么高，所以他们不是专业的工程那个。建筑工人，但是他们作为成员，他们也可以参与这个当做义工来帮自己打造自己的家。
So you can see one of our members enjoying sitting in her new windowsill.
所以这是我们的一个成员他很高兴的坐在他未来的房子的这个窗户上面。
I'm not sure we were much help.
不晓得这样应该有没有帮助到，不知道啦。
But so you can see how the bales are stacked up, and when you get to 6 layers, a forklift truck presses them down, and a 7th layer is put in, and then when it springs up, it's really airtight.
那所以他们会这样把它叠了6层之后，然后再加压，然后再7层，让它有足够的密实度。
This is another one of our members then trimming the bales to tidy them up.
那这个是另外一个成员把凸出来、长出来的部分把它修剪，像剪头发一样。
And then this is another one of our members helping to spray the walls with the lime render, a breathable surface.
那最后呢，他们会那个洗压给洗压给他们是用那种可以呼吸的以石灰为主的一个材质，让它还是可以透气的。
And some of the other features that Lilac has are triple glazed windows. So this is showing the condensation on the outside because it's so well insulated.
那此外，它们窗户呢是用那种3层的窗户，那借由这样子产生比较好的隔热的效果，而且它也不会，因为常常有时候我们天气冷，有没有？我们玻璃都会结霜，因为它温度很低结露啦因为我们外面温度很低，里面比较热，但是它借由这样3层的话，它就产生一个很好的隔热效果，就不会在里面好像会那种流眼泪这样子，而且也避免你的热气流出去。
The electricity on the site, we have solar panels on all of the properties and also on the common house. And the extra money that is made when we sell back excess energy to the grid helps to pay to run the common house.
那他们每间私有的房子的屋顶，再加上那个公有住宅的公有的财产的屋顶，他们都有太阳能。那当他们太阳能的产生的电高过于他们需求的时候，他们就卖给电力公司，然后这个钱呢，用回过头来支持他们整个计划。
The houses also have solar thermal for their hot water. However, we weren't able to do that for the flats, partly because there wasn't space and partly because we couldn't afford to do everything that we wanted to do.
那他们除了发电之外，他们还有太阳能类似像热水的这个供应，但是这个比例没有占很重，因为他们其实没办法一次把所有东西都做到位。
And then finally, because we're so well insulated and airtight, we need to have a ventilation system. So this is our MVHR, or mechanical ventilation and heat recovery system, which sits above the cooker hood. And it's a great way to keep the airflow, but to retain the heat inside. The only learning I would say is that this was a new product and we have had some problems with it. So in terms of using technology for a new build, sometimes it's better to use established technologies rather than very new technology.
So it's not really working very well?
Well, they don't make this design anymore. So when we need to replace it, we will have to rethink where to put the units.
OK， 那这个是另外一个比较他们系统中属于高科技的部分，因为这种房子很讲究它的气密性，因为外面空气很冷嘛，所以我们都要把它封好，热气才不会跑出去。但是你一旦房子的气密性很好，你里面的通风就很重要，所以它这种有那种热通风系统，等于是内部产生一种循环，你才不会那个又整个闷住。但是这个系统他们在运作上其实觉得不是那么好用，后来他们开始就会思考说，当我们在使用一种高科技来解决问题的时候，它的优先顺序应该放在哪里？其实应该有时候是先从最基本、最基础的科技把它做好，再来使用这种高科技。
This is particularly important because we manage everything ourselves, so we need to know how to fix things.
对，因为呢，基本上他们完全都是自己来维护管理，所以你用一些很低科技的东西，那我们就很容易维护管理它。但是里面又如果要液晶面板，要这个微电脑控制来弄来弄去，对他们来讲，自己维护的考验就会大很多。
So another really important aspect to consider in the low impact design of Lilac was the landscaping. So this shows that we have a central pond, and this is a key part of the water management system. So we collect excess rainwater in these water butts, and then when they overflow, they go into the pond. And then when this gets too high, it flows into the main system, but on a trickle flow. So it slows the runoff at every stage.
So that rainwater barrel is only for gathering or for toilet flushing?
It's just for gardening. We wanted to do grey water, but in the urban area we weren't able to do it. We didn't have enough space.
Okay, so you are still using city water
Yes.
for flushing?
Yeah.
那这个系统你可以看到那个屋顶的雨水，他们收集起来会先流到旁边有一个雨铺满水桶里面，然后他们再用那个雨铺满的水来浇灌，满的出来的水呢会流到中间的一个生态池，而这个生态池满了之后呢，他们会透过一种入渗，然后迂回流动的方式，最后才流到一个主要的排水系统里面。那借由这样子来维持他们的雨水利用，以及让他们的水呢不会一下就排走，造成别人淹水。
And of course, we considered the planting as really important. So we planted 50 new trees across the site and 100 new species of lots of different plants. And we tried to keep a good balance between wildlife-friendly plants and lots of edibles, so fruit trees and nut trees and herbs, etc.
好，那很多仆们东西就进来。好，这个基础设计好之后呢，他们开始要引进植物，他们就引进了很多各种不同的当地的这种植物，然后可以看的、可以吃的，还有果树，然后那将近有100种不同的这种植物，也要考虑到它是湿生的还是干性的等等，好，然后来把这个植物的系统建立起来。
So as I mentioned earlier, we have some allotments in the top left-hand corner, and so we actually have 25 allotments, but only 20 properties. So the 5 extra our neighbours in the wider community use.
OK， 那我刚刚有讲社区的菜园，那社区的菜园呢，他们把它分成大概25，我们叫一溪一溪，一块块这样想啊，一块块田地。那他们把它切割成25块田这个菜园呢，那但是我们刚刚讲他们不是20户吗？所以多出来的5户怎么办？他们就分享给邻居，让邻居也能够来种菜。
And the actual plot's quite small. They're a lot smaller than standard allotments in the UK, but for a small family, you could get a lot of your basic vegetables from it.
那尽管我们讲那个一块地跟 跟那种英国的那种农耕来讲，实在是小到不行。但是呢，这样一块地对维持一个家庭，让它有足够的一些生菜沙拉或者足够的一些蔬菜来讲，这样是很够的。
So we also have a communal composting system.
我们也有我们社区的堆肥系统。
Which we had to reinforce because we had a little bit of a problem with rats.
当然要再重新规划设计处理过，因为我们开始有些老鼠的问题。
That's a learning point.
对我们来讲也是一个学习。
We also have a shared laundry, so none of the properties have washing machines. We share 5 machines across the 20 properties, and we buy the laundry powder and liquid all together.
那各位可以看到，那这时候他们就不用家家户户都一台洗衣机，那他们可以用共同的洗衣机，那这样家家户户就可以节省空间。所以他们总共社区这是公用的洗衣间哦，总共有5台洗衣机在里面，然后有公用的这个洗洁剂哦，然后就公用来使用。
Sometimes things go wrong.
有时候总是会出状况。
But the great thing about this is that we have 4 other machines that we can use, and one of your neighbors will come and fix the broken machine.
那因为大家是一种互助的哈，至少5台机器1台出问题，还有4台可以用，然后就会有邻居来帮忙把那个出问题的把它维修好。
One of the other resources we have is a shared workshop. So this picture was taken very early on, and everybody just took all their tools and threw them inside the workshop. So it looks very messy and dangerous, but we have tidied it since then.
那这个是他的工作那个工具间哈，因为其实当每个人家里都一支电钻，其实没有必要，1年也没用几次，所以他们就有一个共同的这种工具间，然后我们要的什么电钻啊，各种工具都放在里面。那一大早大家就会要用的人就拿去用，然后用完再拿过来归还。这样看起来有点乱啊哈。不过后来这个是早期，后来他们都整理的比较好。
And then finally, this is our common house. So you can see that the design is different to the normal houses, which was a deliberate choice. It's not made from straw bales, but it's very well insulated. And some of the features that it has is a shared kitchen and big dining room, a big multi-purpose room for meetings, an office and a guest room.
好，那这个公有的房子哈，你可以看到它建筑就跟其他比较不一样。它里面有什么？里面有一个很大的餐厅，还有厨房，大家可以在那一起共食。然后还有一个多功能的一个可以聚会、可以开会讨论的空间。然后还有客房。所以有客人来的时候也可以住这里。
There are also 2 more guest rooms in each of the blocks of flats. So overall there are 3, and anybody can book those when they need them.
所以总共他们有3间客房哦。那所以任何人，如果你有亲戚朋友要来的话，你就可以事先登记哦，你就不用家家户户准备一个客房，搞到后来都变储藏室这样。
But it's interesting that both the guest rooms and the common house are a little bit smaller than we ideally would have liked, but it demonstrates another time when we had to balance affordability with our dream vision.
那实际上这个公有的建筑跟客房数比我们预期的还小，因为他们必须在针对这种低收入的、中低收入的人来规划，所以他们必须要在他们的经费以及在一个理想中间去找到一个平衡。
One of the great things about doing things together is that you can implement things that you wouldn't be able to do on your own. So one example was when we had the opportunity to buy an electric car charging point together.
OK， 那另外一个，大家住在一起来共同过一个节能的或低碳生活，其实有很多好处。有些事情你自己一个人做不到，但是大家一起居住就可以。比方说，他们想要买一个电动车的充电的那个设备，如果对一个自己一个中低收入的人来讲，那个设备就很贵。但是当他们整个社区一起来买的话，这个就可以做得到。
There's also lots of informal sharing and reuse of unwanted items like clothes or books.
而且 既然大家住在一起，很多东西就可以共享，可以分享，所以你有这个多出来的不要的，或者别人还可以再用的哈，那个感恩牌产品哈，都可以在这里一起分享这样。
We also try to support the local economy, so we get bread deliveries every week from a local bread making cooperative, and people in the wider neighbourhood collect their bread from us as well. We have veg box deliveries, and this Lembas is an ethical wholesaler, so instead of going to the supermarket to buy essential items, people can make orders with this wholesaler and they will deliver to Lilac.
They're delivered directly to the community.
Yeah.
Okay, great. 那当一群人聚集在一起之后呢，就可以进行合作社跟合作社或者友善团体之间的合作。比方说呢，他们买面包呢，都跟在地的一个面包生产劳动合作社合作，所以每个礼拜呢，这个面包合作社就会送面包到他们那边来，然后他们呢也会跟一些在种有机蔬菜的这个合作社合作，或者是当地一些很有良心的一些这个零售商跟他们合作，他们直接把我们要的东西送过来。所以透过跟这些比较有良心或者是这种合作社跟合作社之间的合作，他们来支持在地的一些经济发展。
And then finally, this slide is a comment on how when people have secure and affordable housing, it's very interesting in how it can affect their choices of where they might work or how they spend their volunteer time. And so we've observed that more increasing numbers of people in Lilac have either decided to reduce their hours at work, go part-time, or to start working for a charity or non-profit organizations and are doing more volunteer work. And some people have quit their jobs together and have started new businesses.
OK， 好，其实现在人的一个很大的不安全感是来自于住房，就是说，但是当他们这个地方人在这里住房是一个稳定的、是安全的，他们就可以花更多的时间来做一些，比方说一些志工的工作，或参与一些在地的一些慈善或服务的团体。那他们发现住在这里面的人，他们从事这类的活动的比例都有增加，甚至有人呢就很勇敢的把工作辞掉，去开启他另外一个事业。所以他们会发现，透过这个过程中，人的工作模式也跟着改变。
So in this way, the low impact design of Lilac extends beyond just the boundaries of the physical site into what people are doing in their lives.
所以像这样子呢，实际上这样子住宅合作社对社会的影响不会只发生在这个范围里面，而是对周遭的这种各个组织啊、在地经济啊，都产生一定程度的影响。
So moving on to the second main aspect of Lilac, the affordability. This is probably the aspect of Lilac that is most unique. We decided to use a pioneering new legal and financial model that has never been used in the UK before.
Oh, so this is the
We are the
first
first one and the only one currently.
好，那这个最独特的呢，就是他们的经济模式，如何让每个人都是付得起的。而这样子的经济模式，连在英国也是头一个用这样子的一个经济模式，那所有成员是可以用付得起的方式来运作。
The model was thought of in the 1990s, and it was designed to try and help the situation of key workers, such as teachers and nurses, no longer being able to afford to live in the city, in particular London, but also elsewhere.
You mean the idea of co-housing?
The idea of this particular model, which I'll talk about.
OK。那这个经济模式最早呢，它是设计给这些老师啊，或者有固定收入的这些人，他们不用很辛苦的在城市里面生活，他们可以在比较近郊里面，然后来解决他们住的问题。
Before I go into the model, I'll just give a little bit of background about the Lilac's development costs. The pie chart we're most interested in is this one on the right, where our money came from. So it's worth pointing out that we got a grant from the government, this yellow area, which was specifically for using the mod cell design for building, because it was the first time it had been used for residential. and so members had to raise the rest of the money.
好，那我们来看这个住宅合作社，它要怎样来运作哈？各位可以在进入它的经济运作模式之前，我们先来看它的收入跟支出是怎么在进行。他们的收入来源里面呢，各位可以看到有一块那个黄色的有没有？那一块黄色是来自于政府的赞助。政府的赞助的部分呢，主要是针对他们的那个建筑是用这种环保隔热的这个部分，那政府来赞助他们使用这种建材方式。
So the model is called MHOS, or Mutual Home Ownership Society.
好，他们这样子模式呢，称之为共同居住所有这要怎么办？共同的住宅所有权的这种这种团体的模式。
So we
共
own.
有住宅好了。
Yeah,
Okay.
it's hard to work the translation. So in an MHOS, all of the land and the properties is owned by the society rather than individual members.
好，所以它的关键点是，这个所有的财产呢，不是属于个人的，而是我们共同持有的，或者是这个协会或者这个合作社所持有。
However, the MHOS is registered as a cooperative and is controlled by its members, and only residents of the project can be members.
好，那他们的运作是这样，整个财产是登记在这个合作社底下。那合作社由谁来管理呢？由成员来管理。成员是谁？只有住在这里面的人可以是成员。
And then the MHOS then issues a member a lease, which gives them the right to occupy a specific property.
而当你成为这个成员的一员的时候，那你就有权在里面拥有一块属于你个人可以使用的空间。
So we can see here that this diagram shows that the cost of buying the land and building the homes is divided into equity units. So overall, Lilac issued 2.5 million equity units, and on day one they were each worth £1.
OK， 那所以他们就要那如何募集资金？除了刚刚政府所提供的资金之外，接下来他们就必须得募集资金，对不对？那募集资金怎么来呢？他们就把这整个分成他们的股份。好，那所以他们总共分成2.5 million。Yeah. OK， 250万股，250万股。那每股是1英镑。好，所以他们总资产启动的资产就是250万英镑。
So you can see that each home was allocated a proportion of equity units, which was based both on the house size and also the income of the householders.
OK， 好，那你有看到这个它总共有20户嘛，所以它的股份就要切成20份，但是有大有小，对不对？这大小是怎么分呢？大小是根据你可以使用的空间的大小以及你的个人的收入来决定的。
So members pay in money to the society to pay for their equity units, and one of the first principles that makes Lilac more affordable is that when they leave, they take the money with them, but we don't value the money to the housing market. We link the value to national average wages and the inflation. So those initial equity units were worth £1, and 5 years later, now they're worth £1 and 2p, which is very, very small change.
OK. It means the wage didn't change.
The wages stayed the same. They went down a bit, and then
house price.
Yeah, exactly.
那它这个很有趣的一点哦，你看我们公司股票常卖来卖去，然后那股价会波动很大，对不对？他们这里的股价的定义不是用市场价格、市场的房价来定义，而是用你的那个全国的薪资的变化。比方说全国比方说我刚加进来之后，然后几年后我要搬走，我要退股，对不对？好，那合作社你当初有放一笔钱进来，那合作社要在那个退股还给你那个股份，那还的钱呢，就不是用当时的房价的钱，而是用你当初比方说投入1块英镑，那你要退的时候呢，全国的工资 增加，比方说增加2%，那你就变成是1.02英镑这样子还给你。所以它不是用市场价格，也就是说它的股份的价格不是价值，价格是用薪资全国平均薪资变化来算你的股份的价格。
So how do members pay for their homes? Initially, all members are required to pay a 10% deposit of the build cost of their property. They then have the option to pay in more money. We call it additional capital if they have that available, and that then the rest of the cost of their equity units they would take on as debt.
By debts.
Debt. So Lilac took out one big mortgage with an ethical bank, but then the member would owe Lilac to pay for that debt.
OK， 好，那他们怎么运作呢？刚开始，每个要加入的人呢，必须要付10%的房价的费用，就是那个价格这样把它切开来，切块20块饼之后的你负责的那一块的10%。那剩下来不够的话怎么办呢？他们是由整个合作社去跟银行去借钱，好，那所以呢，等于是不是由个人去跟银行贷款，而是由整个合作社去跟银行贷款。
So members make monthly payments to Lilac, and this helps to cover the maintenance costs and insurance and other service costs. And if they still have debt to pay, then it covers the debt repayments.
好，那之后呢，每个月你这个成员呢都要付一笔钱，好，那付笔钱呢，你付这笔钱用来支付整体的维护啊、管理啊等等，还有包括一部分钱用来还这个当初跟银行借的这笔钱。
And so a second way that Lilac tries to be affordable is instead of having a fixed rent amount, people pay the proportion of their income. So if you have debt remaining, then you pay 35% of your income. But if you've paid off all of your equity units, then you just pay 10% of your income.
哦，好 ，OK， 那也就是说每个月，你的股份里面每个月都要付一部分的钱，好，然后如果说你的那个你付的钱已经超越你所要付的债的部分的话，你每个月只要付10%的你的总收入，然后如果你的债还没有还完的话，那你就要付35%的你的总收入，这是你的上限。这样了解吗？就是你银行帮大家去借钱，对不对？那借完钱不是都会有一块块这样分开来，根据你的大小等等，所以你有一块你要付的债务，然后你要付的债务里面呢，如果你还清的话，你只要付10%的你的收入中的10%，作为整个社区运作的这些。那如果你的债还没有还完的话，那你就要付35%，最高到35%你的总收入。
So this diagram shows the real equity unit allocations when Lilac was first built, and it also just shows the deposit payments. These dark grey areas are the extra additional capital payments, and then the light grey areas are debt.
好，这个图这样就更清楚了。这个是当初盖这个房子的所有的资金的投入，所以然后呢，要投入的人呢，我们就分成20块。那有些人比较大，有些人比较小，比较大的人他住比较大等等，好，那也根据他的财力等等做这样子的一个划分。好，那每个人一开始要付出的就是一定要付出的就是10%，好，你要为你所居住的权利付10%的部分。然后你财务比较多的人呢，你就再付那个额外的资金，好，额外的资金。那这不足的，他们就会去跟银行借。好，那所以现在有那个最浅色那一块，就是所谓你的债的部分。那所以你的债的部分里面呢，有些人他的债都还完了，那他每个月他只要付他总收入的10%。那还没有还完的，就是那个灰色还没有到底的，那他就要付35%。 他总收入的35%每个月来还这个债。
So it also shows the third mechanism for how LILAC is more affordable. So here we can see the thick dotted line, or maybe I'll show here, represents the full build cost of that property. So if somebody's income isn't high enough to pay for 100%, they can take on less of the equity of their property down to a minimum of 90%. So an example is this person in property G has only taken on 90% of the build cost of their property. So this makes the project more accessible for people on lower incomes, and it works because other members of the society's income is high enough to take on a little bit more.
OK， 所以他们有一点那种共同分担的作用哦。好，整个你要负责的那个建筑的那一块，假设是100%的话，那有些人经济收入没有那么好，那他可以不用付到100%，他最低可以付到90%。那他不足的部分呢，由其他的经济能力比较好的部分的人呢来加以贡献。所以各位可以看到那个饼有没有？如果100%的部分就是他所要负担的，他的股份里面所要负担的建筑的费用里面，在这样子。那如果他经济不够的话，我们允许他到90就好。那其他不足的人，有其他人付110%等等，这样来共同承担。
Okay. So this diagram shows how LILAC works in lots of different scenarios. So I won't talk through the whole diagram because it is a little bit complicated, but what it shows is that even though the model can be quite complicated, it gives us a lot of flexibility. So for example, if people's income drops dramatically, there are lots of things we can do before we need to ask them to leave.
OK， 所以这个很有趣。当一群人住在一起的时候，他们就可以形成一种很特别的网络关系。那他们 ，if you like to， 那这个其实很复杂哦。他们因为难免嘛，在资本主义社会，有时候有人会突然失业，或者有人突然他薪水就变很低等等。但是呢，他们在让他没办法在这里面居住之前，他们还有很多很有弹性的缓冲的方式，让他可以持续的在这个组织里面这个合作社里面继续待下来。
And so finally, moving on to the third aspect of LILAC, the community aspect. So what we began with, as I mentioned earlier, is the shared vision, and it took us 3 years to develop this, and we still hold pretty much the same vision, but it's a living document. So we constantly, or every year or so, go back and revise it and make sure that it still represents how we feel.
好，接下来我们再讲这个住宅合作社的第3个重要层面，就是社群关系或社区关系的这个部分。那我一开始说过，他们整整花了3年的时间在凝聚这个愿景，而这个愿景呢，它也不是一个死的，它是一个动态的。每年呢，他们都会不断的来复习，来不断的调整他们的共同的愿景。
And we also developed a set of shared values, which again we refer to regularly, and to help us inform how we should approach situations.
然后他们也去发展他们共同的一些价值，在这过程中，他们彼此互相珍惜，去发展他们彼此的一种价值感。
So when we registered in 2009 as an organisation, the first thing that we developed were our rules, and our secretary at the time drew this diagram to help members understand what the rules were saying.
当他们2009年开始成立他们合作社组织之后，既然是人嘛，就要彼此之间的规则，所以这个是他们讨论的结果。然后他们秘书呢，将他们讨论的结果用这个图呢把它画下来，帮助每个人能够记住。
And basically what it says is that, so we have a board of directors, which have legal and financial oversight over the society, responsibility for that. but the board of directors are less powerful than the general meetings, which are the meetings of all members.
他们有一点，他们这个组织这个系统如何运作呢？他们有一个理事会，理事会，而这个理事会尽管它看起来位高权重，但是真正最大的责任权力呢是在他们全体的，有点像全体的成员大会里面。
We registered as a cooperative, so our rules reflect the 7 cooperative principles throughout.
那因为他们登记成为一个合作社，所以他们必须要遵循合作社的7大原则。
So the next major legal document we created was the lease, which contains much more detail about the finance model, and so where the rules describe how the society governs itself, the lease describes the relationship between the member and the society and the obligations of both parties.
那这个法规的建立也是很重要。他们除了刚刚讲的，他们人跟人之间的这种规则之外，那人呢跟这个协会组织之间的关系，他们有点类似像这种租约的方式在签署。然后在这里面呢，把你居住在这里的权利、义务等等，做一个文件化的一种方式，把它呈现。
So the lease is a fixed legal document. We refer to it regularly to remind us how to do things. But when it doesn't go into enough detail, we create community agreements to guide us in how to do things.
尽管这个租约里面把居住在这里的权利、义务等等做了一个明确的一个定义，但是在真实生活中常常还是不够。所以在不够的部分呢，他们就会用这个社区的共识来解决这个问题。
In the UK, these community agreements might normally be called secondary rules, but we prefer the term community agreements to reflect the fact that we've collectively come up with the ideas and we've all agreed to them.
那在这个社区的共识里面，一般它的这个决策的位阶是比较低于刚刚讲的法律的位阶，但是实际上它又有一个更重要的一个社群连结的关系，所以我们也非常珍惜这个社区的共同的决议。
And examples of things that we have community agreements on include housing allocation, conflict resolution, we have an ethics agreement, an agreement around food, and also agreement around visitors.
所以他们这些社区的决定就会谈论到更细节，比方说关于访客的决议食物怎么分配还有如果说我们住户之间有什么冲突的时候怎么解决等等，那这些事情都是在社区共识的过程中去达成的。
So the way we organize the work in Lilac is that all of the main themes of work are divided into task teams. So we have a task team for finance, for maintenance, for landscaping, and for membership. So we have quite a few task teams.
好，那他们整个维护的一个管理的一个架构呢，他们有一个最核心的一个组织，然后这个核心呢，他们把它分成好几个领域，比方说财务的部分，还有维护管理的部分、景观的部分、食物的部分，他们把整个住宅合作社涉及到的相关的业务呢，就做了这样子的一个分工。
And we organize them using the hub and spoke model. So the hub in the center is actually the board of directors, but we prefer the word hub. And it's made up of representatives from all of the task teams. Members are required to be on at least one task team, but no more than 2. So it's a way to keep everybody connected, but without giving anybody too much power.
好，那这个核心的部分其实就是他们的理事会，理事会作为这个维护管理这个社区合作住宅合作社的一个核心。那他们呢底下分成你可以讲工作组好了，有维护管理的，有财务的，有会员管理的，有商务的等等等等这些。那每一个成员呢 你规定一定要至少担任其中一组的工作，但是不要担超过2组，因为当你超过2组的时候，你可能太多权力就会集中在你身上。所以呢，他们每个人就至少要担任一组，而也借由这样子，让每一个社区的住宅合作社成员都跟这个组织有密切的联系。
And it might be worth pointing out that we didn't start with this model. We started in the development phase. We had a group who called the development group who were leading the development, and then the rest of the membership weren't that involved. And it got to the point where the development group felt like they were overworked and holding all the responsibility, and the rest of the membership felt left out. So we brought in a facilitator who helped us change to this model.
Oh, yeah. So you invite a facilitator to help you to solve this kind of...
Yeah, a facilitator from ICA actually, which I know are based in Taiwan. So.
所以他们也很会利用专家哈，因为有时候你的那个工作啊，有时候分配会不均。比方说，我今天我在做园艺的，哇，这个季节我拼命都要做什么啊？有些人好像看起来很轻松。所以如何之间做一个合理的一个分配规划，那在人跟人之间做一个协调，那他们还会找外面的那个叫引导师来协助他们做一些讨论调整。哦，那这个其实很关键，很多组织会毁掉，就是在劳役分配不均的时候就产生冲突，所以他们很聪明的引用引导师来协助他们解决这些问题。
So another really fundamental part of Lilac's organisation is that we use consensus decision making. So consensus is different from majority voting, and instead when we need to make an agreement, we will discuss ideas, sometimes for a long time, maybe months if it's a very major decision. And so in an attempt to reach a proposal that is at least acceptable to everybody.
那另外一个对于他们这个住宅合作社很重要的一点，他们是采用共识决，而不是多数决。常多数决就会产生多数暴力，所以他们这个反正人数也不多嘛，20户，那所以他在20户里面呢，他们的决议是以达到共识决为目标。那但是有时候那个共识不容易达成，他们宁可花很长的时间，不断的沟通，不断的修正，来最后达到共识。
So we find that usually we end up with decisions that are much better because they have had the input from lots of people. However, it does require commitment from members to learn the process, to be committed to work in the best interests of the society, to trust each other and to be patient.
那所以常常经过这种共识决，尽管花比较长的时间，但是他们的结果其实往往会比一开始更好，因为在这过程中，大家有更多的想法的贡献啊、交流等等。但是共识决要达成哦，其实不是很容易，它必须要人跟人有足够的互信、足够的支持、足够的这种认同、开放的态度等等，才有办法达成。
This didn't work. This doesn't normally look like this. But I can tell you about it anyway. So this is actually my favorite part of Lilac's model. Shall I see if I can get it up on the other file?
OK， 好，这个很有趣哈。他们如何？这个都是社区经营里面很重要的一块。他们如何去解决他们决策的问题？他们弄了一个这种决策矩阵。很酷诶，把数学跟这个放进来，决策矩阵，他们如何在里面用决策矩阵的方式
Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how. Oh, there we go. So, this is the decision-making matrix, and we found this extremely helpful in streamlining decision-making in the society. So, what it basically says, I've put down there.
Okay. Yeah. 那一般这个用决策矩阵来做决策，会比我们常常一条直线性的这种决策会来得有用。在这里，他来跟大家介绍。
So it basically says that when there is this much money involved and it has this much impact on the society, then you should follow one of these processes.
那当涉及到，比方说，必须要花到多少钱的时候，那你必须要经过这3个主要的一个思考的程序。
And the idea is that it empowers task teams to make decisions that are appropriate at that level, which has the benefit that only major decisions need to come to the all-member meetings.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of chaotic structure that if it's a routine, then
the task teams can make the decision. They just have to minute the decision.
Okay. 所以他们其实有点像一个结构树这样子哈，就是说，如果花的钱很少的话，那可能就是比较低的那个工作团队就可以自己决定。但是如果说涉及到超过一定的金额的时候，这个决策呢就必须要回到会员大会里面来做决策。
And we found it's very rare that people disagree about how to categorize a decision, so this has been very useful.
那为什么这个好用呢？是当我们大家在一起讨论的时候，还没有直接进入议题本身，而是我们一开始来规范，就怎样的情况要进入到哪里，怎样进入到哪里的时候，这时候大家很容易得到共识。所以先借由这样子，再来进入实际的议题，就比较容易往前进。
So as well as governance and process being very important, a second very, very important aspect is community glue. So these are all the nice things that we do together and for each other that help stop us want to kill each other.
在一群人里面，诚如我刚刚讲的，当然这个组织架构很重要，它的决策的过程等等很重要。但是还有一个很重要的关键呢，就是如何让人的情感能够彼此连结起来。
So one of our members put this picture on, and I think they found it amusing because it's got celebrating with some champagne. But then we also do lots of children-friendly events and play games and have music in the common house.
那在这个公共的那个建筑物里面呢，是他们彼此聚会，有一些共同活动的时间哦。比方说这个照片，你可以看到他们在喝香槟，在庆祝一些事情。然后有时候他们会有一些小孩子一起聚会的活动啊，或者一些各种的社区的活动都会在这里进行。
And there have been lots of really nice examples of community glue that have emerged since we've moved in, such as parents helping to pick up their children, other people's children from school, and also, for example, when a new baby is born, I think we've had 5 babies, the community will cook meals for the new parents for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks. 帮忙坐月子。OK， so 当他们搬进去之后，如何建构一些人跟人的连结的机制，是在这个过程中自然产生的。比方说，他们会发现有些小孩要接送，你也要接送，我也要接送，那何不我们就轮流，大家一起来接送？那他们从搬进来到现在，已经有5个小孩子在这个社区出生了。那所以，比方说那个妈妈那个生小孩，那我们社区居民呢就轮流帮他坐月子哈，至少2个礼拜。他都只要负责休息喂奶就好，其他人会帮他煮饭照顾这样子。
So of course we eat together lots of times. So we schedule 2 shared meals in the common house every week, one in the weekday, one at the weekend. We move the days and the times because lots of people are busy at different times, so we want to make them accessible to everybody.
那他们也会有一起共食的时间哦，他们每个礼拜会一起共食2次，但是他们不会把那个时间给定死的，因为有些人会在不同的时间点忙，所以借由这样子比较灵活的时间，让更多人有更多交流的机会。
And so it's completely voluntary to sign up if you'd like to cook or wash up or eat. And if you sign up just to eat, then you pay a token, which costs £2.50, 100 NT, and you tend to get two meal, like 2 courses, and that's quite cheap in the UK.
OK， 那 他们这整个都是自愿的哈，你可以自愿填，你是要负责煮饭，还是你只是来吃？那只是来吃的话，你大概一餐就要付2.5块吧，我刚没听错，大概合台币超100块钱台币。那在英国100块钱台币吃一顿饭，那是非常非常便宜的。
Another really great method for building community is to design things together. So during the development phase, we were designing lots of things, and we had access to the gardens before we got access to the buildings. So we were doing lots of landscaping, and so yeah, we've been just doing lots of designing together, and it's really nice to involve the children as well in the designs.
那透过这种参与式的设计也是一个很好凝聚大家的情感还有意见的一个过程。这个过程中，很多地方其实需要设计，包括他们菜园的设计啦，等等很多的这些设计，而且很重要，他们让小孩子也参与设计。所以在这个过程中，他们人跟人就更凝结，而且是具有更有共识的一种设计方式。
And then, of course, the next stage is to actually do things together to construct the work. So we have regular landscape work days during the year, and we've just started scheduling more work days. So not just on the landscaping, but maybe on maintenance as well, because we find when we get together to do the work, we enjoy it a lot more. Maybe we have a meal at the end, and it's much more celebratory rather than people feeling like, oh, I have to do this work on my own.
这比自己一个人做事情舒服多了他们那个社区里面总是有很多事情要做，所以他们一年里面呢就会定好一个时间，这个时间大家把工作放下，我们一起为这个合作社做一些事，比方说不管是做景观的、园艺的或什么。那所以他们可能前一天呢就做设计，设计好之后，第二天呢就大家开始动手做，然后动手做。可能当天呢就可以又一起吃饭，吃饭的同时又庆祝谁生日谁生小孩谁怎样。那透过这样子把那个透过合作，然后来完成社区的工作，这样绝对会比你一个人在那里做，然后边做边抱怨会好很多。
And then finally, so I'd say good governance and good community glue are really important. And the third really critical part of building community is good communication skills. So early on, Lilac invested in these skills by getting some training in facilitation and also non-violent communication. And we do still try to practice things like active listening, but I think we probably feel like we've forgotten to do some of this more recently. So it's definitely a skill that we need to keep practicing and maybe get more training in.
Wow.
Yeah.
这太重要了，因为很多社区垮就垮在这个地方那因为人大家是一起住在这里，都是人跟人沟通，但人跟人沟通需不需要学习？其实要。如何好好聆听人家讲话，然后如何你讲话的时候是不伤害别人的。所以像有发展很多这种非暴力沟通还有这种积极聆听还有这些引导讨论等等，这些都是在一个社群里面非常非常重要的技能。所以在另外一个很重要的一个要素呢，就是这种社区沟通的这些技能的培训。那所以他们从早期有引入那个引导师进来协助他们发展这个部分，那他们这个持续也有在找一些老师来教他们。那他说最近他们好像又忘记了又出现一些问题，所以看来又要开始再上一下这些课
So finally, who actually lives at Lilac right now? So this isn't actually all of our members because it's quite hard to get everybody together at the same time. But we are currently 34 adult members and 14 children.
好，那到底这个住宅合作社 Lilac 是谁呢？他们现在总共有37个大人，14个小孩然后当然这个照片中不止这些人就是因为要把所有人聚在一起不容易。
And so we have a really wide range of ages and professions. So I think our ages are from age 1 to 81.
As well.
Yeah, we aim to be as diverse as possible. We've got a few people from a few different nationalities who live in Lilac.
OK， 那所以他们的成员里面呢的职业的背景、年龄的背景，甚至国籍或者是种族都有很多样的一个不一样的差别啊，多样性。
And what we say in terms of who can live at Lilac is pretty much anyone. If when we have a vacancy, the only criteria that we set are that you agree to our values and that you can afford to live in a specific property.
好，那万一有人要离开搬离要退出的时候，有空间可以出来，让其他人可以进来的时候，那哪些人可以进来呢？那他们的基本的条件，第一个就是你要能够珍惜他们的价值，第二个呢，你至少要有一个基本的收入是可以来付出你该付的那个部分。好，那这样子的人就可以进来。
And that's it from me. I hope you have some questions and we can have a discussion.
OK， 好，那他的介绍就已经介绍完了。我想各位在听完之后，一定会心中有很多想法或很多疑惑，或者那个问题哈。我建议大家不妨眼睛先闭下来哈，静思考一下。刚在整个过程中，你印象最深刻的是什么？好，你想一想。好，然后接下来就可以问问题，好不好？好来 ，Any question？ OK， 先你再他，好，哦好 ，OK。
Okay, thank you for your explanation, your sharing. I would like to know whether Lilac is a society organization or corporate or what kind of organization? I mean, for the governance and administrative of the Lilac itself, how can you get the money? I mean, it's not like real estate, right? You got profit from the people who buy the residential or the flat. And how is the management system of the Lilac itself? And is that only one project you plan, or you want to plan to expand this idea to the other places? And then the next question is, because this is a community, like we have shared some spaces, for example, like the compost places and the other laundry or something like that. How do you bring the community in order to, I mean, like, deal with community is very difficult in practical things, because yeah, we have lots of different backgrounds, lots of different value. How do you bring them together in order to deal with them? Because even in our, for example, in our dormitory, we need to do everything by ourselves as well, but it's not all of the people agree or would like to. And then the next question is about
I might need reminders.
Is that okay for you?
Yeah, I might need to write them down or remind, but
the sustainability of the ownership of this flat. I mean, is it possible that I live there forever? Because I see it's lower than 2 years or more than 2 years, something like that. If like that, it means my neighborhood will not be as sustained as, because this is for sustainability living as well. The neighborhood as well is very important. I mean, it might be the next year I will have a different neighbor, and the next year it might be a different neighbor, something like that. So it might not sustain for the neighborhood sustainability. You got my point?
I'm not sure I understand that question.
Because I saw you explain about less than 3 years you can stay there, or more than 3 years.
Okay, I'll explain on the finance area.
So
I can explain what that means.
whether I can stay there forever.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
maybe
Okay.
my children stay there after I died. And
Okay.
if like that, it means the sustainability of my neighbor will not. I mean, you
Okay.
Yeah. So
你可以用中文翻译吧，没问题。
I
好
cannot speak.
OK，so 我很简单的翻译一下，他问了几个重要的问题，因为前面几个我都忘记了，我从后面记起来哈。那首先他问的一个是成员的问题啊，那成员刚好讲起来有好像2-3年就转变就翻转，那我们讲永续，那如果邻居常常换来换去怎么办？然后还有如果我死掉，我传给我这个股份能不能传给我的小孩子？还有那个在一个社区生活中，这个人跟人还有工作分配始终是一件很麻烦的事。光住在宿舍里面，有些人就是摆烂，什么都不做。那你怎么解决这样的问题？还有以及一开始这个组织 LALIC， 它的这个组织，它是不是它到底是一个怎样子的一个法人形式？它会只希望就这一群人自己这样住而已吗？还是他会想要再去发展很多个这样子的一个系统？还有什么？忘记了，想到再说。OK。
Yeah, I've got some of the questions. So the first question was, I think, around is the project trying to make a profit or non-profit? We're not trying to make a profit. We're just trying to provide housing, and there is a mechanism in the UK where cooperatives who are fully mutual, so they only trade amongst themselves, can register to be like tax-free, but because we do get an income for the solar energy that we sell back, we don't qualify. So we do pay corporation tax on the very small amount of profit that we make, but we may not always make profit.
OK， 好，那他刚刚问的问题是这个合作社组织到底是不是一个盈利机构？好，那在英国里面规定呢，这个合作社它是一个不盈利的，它的目的是以照顾社员为主，所以以他们这个合作社来讲，他们是以照顾提供他们的社员的一个居住的条件为主。但是我们刚刚讲过，他那些太阳能，他有卖电卖给那个电力公司，所以他们就一定程度上有盈利。所以就这部分而言呢，他们正常的合作社是不收取，政府是不会收盈利所得税，因为它不是盈利机构嘛，它是照顾它的社员。但是因为他们有电有卖出去，所以在这个部分，政府有跟他们收盈利税，但是那个金额很少。
So the second question was around, are we looking to expand or develop other projects? So the first thing to say is that Lilac is purely this physical site. It's not an organisation that has an office or exists anywhere else. It's just this housing project. So although we have considered maybe buying more houses to expand our residence, we're not looking to develop another site somewhere else. However, we definitely want to support other groups who are doing the same thing. So one of our task teams is the learning task team, and as well as holding events, we also give talks like this, and we invite groups who are in development to come to Lilac, and we help facilitate them move their plans along.
好，基本上他们并没有他们是一个住宅合作社，所以他们并没有打算要再去扩张，买更多的地等等整个发展起来。相反的，他们会想要去支持其他团体自己发展出这样子的住宅合作社，所以他们也会办一些教育，就像他今天来这里演讲，也是来分享他们的模式。然后呢，他们也会提供其他的团体，比方说来参访、来学习等等。所以借由这样子，他们来把他们的理念跟运作的模式来扩张出去。
I need a reminder of the third question.
第三个问题 ，What's the third question? Ownership.
live there forever.
Oh, I thought that was the fourth one. Okay. So, yes. When you're given a lease, the lease is 20 years long, and on the last day of the lease, Lilac will reissue another one. It's only 20 years because of an obscure law in the UK. So, yes, you have the permanent right to live in the society. The 3-year thing that you spotted was just about, it was just a little mechanism in the model to discourage people to move in and move out very quickly. So Lilac holds back a little bit more money if you move out within 3 years.
OK， 因为那个到底能不能常住在这边哈？那他们的合约呢？他们是签20年，这是英国法规规定可以签最长的时间。那到了最后一天呢，20年的最后一天，他们也还会继续续约，所以理论上你是可以长久居住在那边。但是为什么前3年他们会定一些比较高的门槛，进出的门槛？主要是他们不希望你来住一下，然后没多久就走掉，所以他会让前3年的门槛高，进出的门槛高一些，这样。
And I think you also mentioned children, and can children inherit the property? And the way it works in Lilac is that children can inherit the value of the equity units that you've paid, but they don't inherit the right to move in automatically. So the children can apply to become a member if they want, and if they don't, then we will recruit a new member, and when the new member moves in, they will get the value of the equity out.
好，那如果那个他的资产能不能继承呢？如果我有讲错的话，请在做英文比较好的帮我补充一下，因为那 CPU 已经有点过热了。好，是这样，如果你死掉的话，你的那个你在里面的股份是可以继承，但是不代表你就有居住权。所以呢，你如果说大家衡量一下你这个人呢，那习惯不好啊，这各方面都不好，会倒屁倒蛋的。但是我们决定不让你住的话，那我们会开放给另外一个人进来。那他缴的钱，然后我们就回过来，你继承你爸爸妈妈给你的这个资产，但是不代表你这个人就有权利可以住在这里。好，这样没错吧？好。
Were there any more questions?
还有呢
？OK，
那旁边OK。
In this payment, do you including the electricity bill and water? Electricity bill and water, and then like you're using the solar, right? And is there any like extra electricity in this residence? And also, is there any prohibited electricity things like you say that you share the washing machine, right? Is there any share things, or you cannot bring this thing to your home or something like that? Okay.
好，那个他刚问到就是有一些共有的这个部分啊，那我们不是有用到一些电的部分，那他们付的钱是不是也包含了这些所有的这些电啊、水啊等等的支出？那刚刚不是有讲有卖电吗？等等这个部分他们到底怎么分的？还有一些公有的东西，他们可以把它拿回到自己家里去放吗？等等的所以在公司之间的这一条线是怎么划定的？
Yeah, so the 35% payments or the 10% payments do not include electricity or water bills or council tax. So that's.
So they got to pay individually by themselves, right? OK， 那这个就使用者付费的概念，就是说你不管付你的总收入的35%或10%，并不包含你自己的居住的支出，所以你自己的水费、自己的电费要自己付。 不然这样很多人就随便乱用电或乱用水，很容易会这样。还有包括你的那个房屋税的部分，也是你要自己付。
And so yeah, if you use your appliances during the day when the sun is shining, then it is free. But yes, if you have to use it at night, then you just have to pay. Any extra energy that is generated from all of the properties doesn't go to the individual resident. We don't get the money. The money goes to Lilac, and that helps pay for the common house.
OK， 那他们刚刚在那个共有建筑物上面的发电板，这发电板的卖的钱并不会回到每一个家户，而是用来维护的公共维护的费用。
And in terms of, is there anything we're not allowed? So yeah, the obvious one is that we don't have washing machines, and I believe when we have agreed collectively to not have tumble dryers because they're very energy intensive, and we don't need them really.
How do people dry their house? They just
hanging them up.
OK， 那因为那个这种烘干机非常耗能。所以各位可以看到，他们有共同的洗衣机，但是他们没有共同的烘干机。那所以烘干的部分呢，你就自己拿到家里自己晾。
But as far as I'm aware, there aren't any other restrictions on appliances that you would have in your own home. So I don't think there are any other restrictions members have for what they do in their own home and what they buy.
那除了这些规则之外，那在你自己的私人的空间里面，没有其他什么约束这样子。好，还有问题吗？好，然后再你好 ，OK。
Thank you for your sharing. I have two questions for you. One of the Lilac group's material is strong.
Yeah.
Since it's plant-based, will it be decomposed?
Okay.
Well, when I said that the forklift truck pushes it down, and then you get the 7th layer in, so that makes it really, really dense. So it's actually very sort of resistant to water and to pests and fire resistant. So yeah, it's actually more fire resistant than normal housing in the UK. Well, theoretically, we haven't tested it. So yeah, I guess they've tested it somewhere. It has a design life of 60 years though, so I'm not quite sure what we'll do in 60 years, but yeah, it should last a long time.
OK， sorry, I translate you. 那他刚刚问的问题就是，你用那个稻草盖的那个房子，那个稻草会不会分解啊？如果我们稻草放在外面没多久就分解了，对不对？那他们做法是这样，他们做法是那个稻草会把它高压，把它压起来，让它很密实。而且要分解是要有一些条件，就是你要足够的湿度啦，还要碳氮比平衡啊。那一种情况，他们的这种技术的设计是让它可以用60年的，而且在这高压高密度的情况下，它甚至连耐火的程度，因为它是压得很密实的，甚至都比很多的现有的绝缘材料都还要好。OK， 那我们来第二个。
Second question is, in your opinion, what was the hardest part of your project, and how did you overcome it?
好，那他整个计划中，他觉得最困难的部分是什么？好，然后如何解决，对不对？
Well, so I wasn't involved during the development phase, so but I think probably the biggest barriers we faced were during that phase.
Development phase.
Yeah, so in the 7 years that we were developing the project, I wasn't actually involved. But yeah, we faced many barriers. I'm trying to think possibly some of the challenges that were maybe most difficult to overcome were actually the social problems. So, for example, we had a very difficult decision to make about who to join. There was one property left, and we had 2 eligible households, and deciding how between those 2 households really divided the community. and it has left an impact that still lasts. It's still talked about now, and this was long before I joined. So yeah, I think that how you deal with the people problems or situations is really critical.
所有问题技术不是问题钱不是问题，最大挑战就是人。所以在这个过程中，你如果问他遇到最大的问题是什么，人跟人之间的关系的处理。以他的例子来讲，他们曾经面对过一个情况，就是他们有一个有一个可以有新一户进来的一个机会，但是比方说有两户人家想要进来，到底选谁呢？然后开始他们就曾经发生过，里面就两派不同意见，有人支持 A， 有人支持 B， 哇，吵半天。那后来呢？后来某人还是进来之后，这个过程就造成在社区里面人跟人之间的一个伤痕会在那边。所以如果说问说最大的困难是什么，还是回到人跟人之间的关系。
And just to add, because you said how did you overcome it? So recently we had a property become vacant, so we had to recruit for it, and we were very worried that the same thing would happen again. And we overcame it by designing a process together. So we took several months and we met lots of times, and we got everybody involved into creating a brand new community agreement. And then we had to test it immediately, which was a bit scary, but it went okay.
各位看他们很快去反省他们遇到问题。比方说，他们最近又有一个成员退出，又有一个机会可以进来。他们很怕类似的模式又再度发生，所以他们花了很长的时间，然后不断碰面讨论，然后去讨论出他们，而且是用大家一起参与设计的方式来设计出这个合约，还有这个合作的关系应该是怎样。然后他们在那个模拟去测试，然后去了解怎样才是更好的方式。那等于是借由把问题当作是一个大家一起面对的问题，一起来成长，来避免这样子的那个错误再次发生。
It seems like a brilliant project, and I love it. And I want to ask, how can I be a member of the society, the library?
To live there?
Yeah, because many people have previous conviction, something like that. Maybe you have to check their what they did in the past years to check if they are really good to move in.
你会中文，你自己讲。
我是想要问说，这个计划非常好，但是很多人都，比如说他们有犯罪前科还是什么，就是可能他们会想要看一下他们的生平是怎么样的状况，再让他们进去。
有没有犯罪记录啊？
对对对。
Any criminal
会有
report
一些争议这样。
The short answer is no, we don't ask for that.
You just trust people.
Yeah, so the process for recruiting a new member, it takes quite a long time. And it's very two-way, as well as somebody might apply to move in, but also they're evaluating whether they really want to live in Lilac. So we do an induction where we tell them really what it's really like. And then that's followed by, if they still want to apply, they do a short application form, and it doesn't ask about that. One thing we do ask is for a debt declaration form and a credit history, which wouldn't prevent somebody from moving in, but our finances are very transparent, so we need to know that first. And then, the rest of the process is about 2 months of getting to know each other. So we do lots of events, and really it's through those conversations that we try to get a bit deeper with people and find out what their background is.
所以新的成员的进来的过程中，他们希望把那个起跑跟助跑的时间把它给拉长。 有一个2个月的时间让大家一方面也让这个申请者能够去适应，去仔细思考一下这样子的一个共同居住的价值是不是我要的，然后其他成员也来评估到底这样子的人是不是适合我们的这种居住的方式。那实际上他们在决定人能不能进来的时候，其实他们并没有一个很复杂表格，他们唯一要求的就是他的信用的情况，因为对他们来讲，他们的财务一切都是公开透明，所以为了你要进来的人，他们也要了解他的财务的情况是怎样，他不要说欠了一屁股债的人这样进来所以他们在这个部分他们就会比较严格。OK， 好，还有没有问题？来，
对，我用中文哈。对，他们刚开始建立这个社区的时候，是不是全部都向银行借贷，所以才后来他们这个 member 才付35%的这个借贷的钱？这是一个。第二个，假如说某一个住户他把这个他借贷的银行借贷的钱全部还完了以后，他以后搬出去，那么后来进来的人怎么办？那35%他还是不是要付？还是他要付那个35%？前面那个人已经付过了，他必须要付给前面那一个人，是这个问题。
Okay, so he was asking that when we have like unique this equity share system here, and when one member pay off all his debts,
Yes.
and end up he move out and another newcomer come, and he will just accept he got to pay less debt. So there's no debt at all, right? So how much should he pay?
This is a very insightful question. You can join our finance task team.
这是跟财务很有关的一个细部的问题欢迎你加入我们的财务组。
Thank you.
Yeah, you won't be glad when you do. So another actual feature of Lilac that I didn't mention of the finance model is that part of if your income is quite high, so if it can pay for more than the minimum you need for your property, then some of your payments goes into a reserve fund. We call it the Lilac Equity Fund, and it's just money that we're building up as a reserve. And the purpose of that reserve is basically that when we need to pay out a full payer, someone who's paid off all their equity, then we can use that money to let them go. And it means the new person can start on just 10% deposit.
OK， 那他的这个设计这样很有意思就是说他们还有一个基金，所以如果你的收入是比较高的，你把你的部分都付完之后，那你甚至还可以有一笔钱放在那个基金里面。那这个基金的目的是，万一当你要走的时候，那个钱你是可以拿回来的，拿回来。所以下一个人进来的时候，他就不用从35%开始，他就从10%开始，这样子。
So yeah, the aim is that Lilac is always as affordable for new members as it was for the original members, and that apart from the 10% deposit, which is always all members will always need, we should always be able to allow people to join just with that deposit. So
那他们的目的是要设计到一个可支付的付得起的状况，所以尽可能让其他人是可以从10%，他只要一开始付10%的那个股份的那个部分，他就可以进来。
But it is unfair for the first people and the second people, right? The first people who should pay the 35 debt, but the second one does not to pay anymore. He just pay only 10%.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, you just mentioned when new member can.
Oh no, sorry, the 10% deposit.
Deposit.
10% deposit, and then pay 35% of their
他
income.
再修正一下，就是
10% confusing. There's two things.
这两个事情，因为两个都是10%。第一个是10%的那个一开始启动的一个那个叫什么五金吧。好。
Everybody has to pay this.
Everybody has to pay this. Yes.
So if this person leaves, we have to pay them all of this money, but they can join and take on that area as debt. Not, they don't have to have. So if that house costs £100,000, they don't need £100,000. They just need £10,000, and then they pay the rest as debt.
So when the people leave,
Yeah.
and the whole finance system will pay back the whole.
Yeah, the whole finance system will pay out all of this, that reserve fund, and then the new member can take that on as debt
Okay.
and pay 35% of their income.
那应该是他是离开的时候，那一笔钱就还给他，然后但是那一笔钱该承接的就是由新来的人来承接那一笔钱，然后他那一笔钱，那我们常买房子那个我比方说我刚开始投资房子，然后后来房价涨了，然后好像我就应该拿多一点，对不起，他们没有，他们是跟着你的工资的变化，然后而不是根据市场的价格变化再给你。所以当你离开的时候，把那笔钱拿走之后，然后后来承接的人，他也必须要承担那一笔费用。那只是那个部分还是由银行来，他们有一个等于是银行的水库在缓冲这件事，然后中间还有一个共同的基金。有点复杂，我还不是搞不懂，只能慢慢在研究。OK， 好，还有没有问题？好 ，OK， 好。